आपण मोकळे होऊन गेलो ना.
Jagdish, please mute yourself. Jagdish Kulkarni.
Okay, so good evening, everybody, and welcome to Redesign Your Business. It's time to set up for growth during the post-pandemic era. I know we are in a state that in some of the places, pandemic is again reviving, the cases are increasing. That is another reason why we need to look at our business once again in a different light so that we can grow it further. Okay, those of you who are not on mute, I request you to please go on mute. Okay, and towards the end we'll have some questions. So during the past 1.5 years, nature has changed its syllabus. Okay, just a moment. So our purchases are limited to essentials. Our communication has gone online. Work from anywhere is a reality. Many of us have been doing it for more than a year now. Do more with less. That is also something which is a reality. Maximize utility, minimize expenses. That is what we're up to right now. And it's not out of choice, it is more out of the requirement of the hour. So it's time to redesign your business. You might want to know who's Atul. So I thought, let me spend some time on that. So Atul is not there in this photograph, but Atul is the reason for the smiles on these people, on these faces. All right. This is what I look like. These are some of the brands with whom I worked in the past. And eGrowth is a brand that I have been building for past 7 years. This is how we've been growing. I also published the leverage model around 2 years back. During the last year, during the pandemic, we started something called as the CEO Talks. CEO Talks used to happen on the same Zoom channel or Zoom handle, which is 622-633-944. You can please remember this, and you're most welcome to join us every Tuesday. And this is a book that I published, which is called Golf Mastering Business Success. Why am I here? So to answer this, I would say the only way for you to have a sustainable business is to redesign your business, or actually to design your business. And my job is to help you design your business well. And I must tell you, I'm on your side. The business world has been changing. And it's not that it's changing only today. It has always been changing. To put things in perspective, at the turn of the century, this is how we used to do business. We still used to use the telephone. We used to send letters. We used to insert in the newspapers. We used yellow pages and a lot more. We used to shake hands to do business. We used to call this as the brick and mortar world. That was the time when internet was new to India. It has just about started coming in. And over the next 15 years, our world changed from brick and mortar to online, to the digital world. There were so many new logos which cropped up, so many different platforms which cropped up. We call this as the digital world. Mobile started becoming very important. Our currency started going digital. And in fact, global digital currencies also started coming in. And then in the next 5 years, we moved from a digital world to a connected world where everything is connected. From the handshake, we moved to a handcuff. And this time, we are handcuffed to the mobile phones. And during this period, there are 4 platforms which became really big. These are Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. 4 of them put together are called FANG, F-A-N-G. 4 of them put together have the maximum amount of data on this planet today. And all of us as users, we continue consuming data from these platforms, and we continue to add data to these platforms. We've got the big A's, the Apple and the Android. All our phones, or rather most of our phones, are powered by these 2 platforms. Then there are Zoom has been becoming big. Our food that is being delivered online, so Zomato and Swiggy have done the job. Our cars have gone digital and we're using Ola and Uber for commuting. Our hotels have gone digital. Our currency has gone digital. Paytm and Google Pay are doing this job. And many of us are connected to this call right now because of Jio. The 3 important things which are there right now are the mobile phone, Zoom. We are connected through Zoom. SEO has become even more important. And Jio is something which has made this possible. So this is how the space has altered in the past 5 years. And we're really connected. And during this period, there are some businesses which have vanished. We used to have the STD, ISD, PCOs. Those are not there anymore. Pagers were short-lived. We've not seen them for a couple of decades now. Telegram is not there anymore. We hardly print photographs anymore. I don't think any of us has got our watch repaired in the past couple of years. We've not used a cassette or a CD-ROM drive or desert coolers or maybe floppy disks. So this is how there are many businesses which used to exist are not there anymore. And then it's not only us, even the mosquitoes have been affected. The manner in which we used to deal with mosquitoes has been changed. Earlier, we used to use a Finite or a Baygon. And then we had a tortoise call, and then we had Odomos, and then mosquito mats, and then roll-ons, and then pads, and then good nights. So like this, the technology has been changing. Mosquitoes have been adapting to what we human beings have been dishing out to them. And they continue to live and survive. Similarly, our businesses have also been changing. Your audience has been changing. We used to publish classifieds in the newspapers earlier. Today, they are not really very effective. We used to use the yellow pages. And then came a time we started using SMS. Today, you send thousands of SMSs, hardly anybody would respond. And then came the email. Today, you send too many emails, they end up in the spam box. And then today, our biggest friend is WhatsApp. So this is how communication has been changing. Our audience has been shifting from one platform to another platform to yet another platform. And this is a consistent thing which is happening. And this is not going to stop here. We'll have something else in the future. So my friends, this is time to make the great shift. If you think it is time to make the great shift, please go to the chat box and write great shift. Let me hear how many of you are awake and are present to this. Just write great shift in the chat box. Awesome, we're getting some responses. Thank you, thank you. So look at it, it's time for us to shift from speaking to listening. We need to listen to our customer. We need to move from expense to investment. We need to invest in our customers. And gone are the days when we could have said my way or highway to the customer. It's the customer who rules us, because it's the customer who pays our bills. It's time we made this great shift in our business, in the way we deal with our business. So I will share with you the business frameworks in as simple a manner as possible. Okay. The first one is called business by chance. It starts with a beginning or with a design, or with an idea rather, not with a design. And how does the beginning happen? We inherit the business from our parents, or we get into a business because of the experience that we've had. I've been a business development person for over 2 decades. So it was but obvious for me to get into a sales, marketing, or a business development kind of a business. Or there can be a new trend happening in the world. During the past 1 year, sanitizer and the masks, they become so important. There are so many people who gone into that business. That's the new trend. And fourth, and the most important one, most potent one, is when you have been an employee and your organization gives you a pink slip. The next day, you become an entrepreneur. The next stage is that of growth. This is where you set up a company, you get your first set of customers, and after that, the only job of the business is to sell, and continue to sell. This is how the business continues to grow. And then comes the third phase, which is the phase of struggle. Receivables keep on mounting, manpower issues keep on happening, working capital becomes a challenge, margins start to become thin. If you are somebody who has been having this kind of a business, please write in the chat box BBC, business by chance. Let us see how many of you are in businesses by chance. BBC, that's all what you got to write. The characteristics of business by chance are these businesses are always bleeding. There is little or no growth. You're just surviving, driven by jugaad and operating in an urgent space. There are few customers, few processes, and the entire business is just about surviving today. If this is how your business looks like, please write BBC in the chat box. So we've got only 3 people. So I would assume the others are doing really great. Okay, 4th. All right. So the next kind of a business is a business by design. And all of us are here today to look at what a business by design looks like and how you can design your business. Okay. So let us look at how does a business by design start. It starts with a design. This is the phase of creation. The business is in a startup mode, and all actions, everything what is being done is driven by the future. Then comes the development phase. This is all about maintenance, it is all about growth, and it is driven by past. What does my customer want? What does my supplier want? How can I get better suppliers? How can I get better partners? Which new territory can I get into? So that is the development phase of the business. And the third phase is of diversification. You're looking at opportunities to monetize your business. The business becomes mature. You are looking at how to duplicate it. Some people go the franchise route. Some people go the franchise route. Some people go the and they are creating franchises. Other people would come and own it up or build it such that your business continues to grow even though you are focusing on something else. This is also the stage where many businesses, they sell out, they divest and move out of the business. If you are somebody who's running your business like this, please write BBD in the chat box. Let us see how many of you are living a business by design. The characteristics of a well-designed business are, these are highly profitable businesses. These are businesses which experience exponential growth or consistent growth. They have buffer for bad times. These businesses are driven by systems and structures. Operations are on an autopilot mode. All right. There are multiple inputs, parallel processes, and profitable outcomes. Now, the next thing is, why should you design your business? So here's how I would answer that. The types of trainings which exist on the planet today are 4: academic, functional, skill development, capacity building. If you look at it, all these training is about going from 1 to N. It's about something what you already have, and then you are scaling it up. It's all about having a blueprint and executing it well. The question is, where is the blueprint? How do you get the blueprint? Okay. So how do you design the blueprint? How do you go from 0 to 1? This is why you need to design your business. You need to design your business so that you have a blueprint of your business, which you can bring into reality. So I just said that there are 4 kinds of trainings on this planet. So let us look at the impact of these trainings. So academics gives the foundation of our life. Academics is the school, the college, the post-graduation that we do. And this is how much impact academics has on our business. Next comes the functional or the skill development training. They have more impact on our business than our academics. The third level is capacity building. And the fourth level is design. So friends, this is how much impact design has on your business. If you agree with me, please write in the chat box design, so that you are able to make a note for yourself that design is something which has maximum impact on your business. All right. Thank you, Anandji. Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Ujjwala. Dr. Ujjwal, yeah. Awesome. Next question, next obvious question is, how do you design your business? If at all you are sleeping, or if at all you are attending to something else, I request you to please focus right now for the next couple of slides. And I promise you there is gold over here. So this is the time to make the great shift. From speaking to listening, so listen to your customer, invest in your customer, and co-create with your customer. It is your customer who tells you what he wants. You can never ever know what your customer wants until your customer tells you. Your customer is always giving you signals. This is the shift what we've got to make. If we have our enterprise, which is customer focused, which is customer facing. And if you agree to this piece, if you think this is something which makes sense, write customer in the chat box. Why, there are only 5-7 people who participating. Others are not here, is it? All right. So to give you an example, I will take you through our journey at eGrowth. Okay. So eGrowth is a sales and marketing ecosystem for entrepreneurs. Our mission is to help businesses make more money. So between 2014 and 16, what we did was we went to entrepreneurs just to ask them, what is it that we can do for you? Or in other words, what is it that you need? So we had networking events, we had trainings, we had informal meetings. And this is how we got our basic act right. So it took us around 2 years. And then between 2017 and 19, I personally drove around 80,000 kilometers across the country, again with the same intent. Went on a road trip to North India, West India. This was Uttar Pradesh with Startup India. Then also had a boot camp in Jharkhand for the tribals over there. Had quite a few other interventions with the entrepreneurs across the country. We also did interventions with women entrepreneurs. Here is some media coverage of what we did during this period. And then between 2021, we have more than 500 hours of video footage. We continue to interact with the entrepreneurs through Zoom, online, such that we remain engaged with our customer. So what I'm sharing with you, that customer is king. You got to listen to the customer. We have been practicing that. And it is out of that experience that this entire training today has come out from. So last year, 24th of March is when the lockdown was declared. And on the 25th of March, which is the very next day, we started with the CEO talks. We impacted around 8,000 entrepreneurs. We had 152 talks in a row. We had around 21 industry bodies who participated. And we had participants from 6 countries. Just around 2 months back, went on a road trip once again to Punjab. And this time the difference was, in 3 days, we interacted with 5 industry bodies. We had 4 industrial visits, and we had much deeper relationship with the industry than we have ever had. Here are some of the industry bodies with whom we've been connected. We've either done some joint interventions, or we have participated in their events, or they have participated in our communications. Okay, so this is how we're bringing the industry together. We also have something called as the inner circle, wherein we have handpicked members. The average experience is around 26 years. This is an influencer network which has a premium access. Okay, so this is how the timeline has been for eGrowth. The idea was conceived in 2014, and this is how the eGrowth logo used to look then. Between 15 and 17, we grew to around 8,000 people across the country. 2018, we closed at around 20,000 people. We had a portal by the name egrowth.biz. 2020, we have a community of around 35,000 business owners. egrowth.org is our portal. Inner Circle was conceived or built during 2020. And in 2021, we launched the eGrowth app. And right now we have a community of around 40,000 entrepreneurs. Friends, why I'm sharing this with you is Your business can grow very much like this, provided you keep on listening to your customer and deliver to the customer what they need. Don't deliver the customer what you think the customer would need. These are two different places to stand. This program that I'm delivering to you, this is a result of the feedback from many people like you. I've had interviews with many people like you, and that is how we built this. All right. So do you want to have 3 secrets to design your business? If yes, then please write in the chat box 3 secrets. Okay, 1, 2. So if it is only 2 people, then I will tell you personally. Let us have more people say that they would, okay, 3, 4. All right. So 3 secrets to design your business. The first one is be the leverage quadrant player. All of you or many of you would have heard of this term called cash flow quadrant. This is something which was presented by
Robert
Kiyosaki. Yes, Robert Kiyosaki, right? And he said that people can be in one of these 4 quadrants, either as employees or self-employed or business owners, and they can also be investors. I've built on it, and this is what the leverage quadrant looks like. The people in the E quadrant, they are active participants in their business, and they measure their success by the salary that they get. The self-employed people are also operating on a linear scale. The more time they invest, the more money they make. And they measure their success by the contract, the amount of contract they sign every month, every year. And then there are business owners. This is the leverage quadrant, my friends. The business owners, they start leveraging their various resources. It could be man, money, machine, method, material. And they measure their success by the turnover that they have or the revenue that they make. And then the fourth, the investors. They have passive income. What that means is that they invest in businesses and those businesses are making money while these people are not actively participating in that business. They measure their success by the amount of dividend that they are making every quarter, every month, every week, every year. People on the left-hand side, they trade time for money. And more than 90% people on this planet are on the left-hand side. They're either employees or they're self-employed. And they control less than 10% of the wealth on this planet. They work alone and they trade time for money. Let us look at what is the scene on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, we have less than 10% of the people on this planet, and they control more than 90% of the wealth on this planet. They have mastered the art of leveraging resources. And for them, it is a system which is working. Now let us look at the B or the leverage quadrant. These are people who have action plan. These are the people who know how to leverage. They have the systems and the structures in place so they can leverage all the resources that they have. Okay. So and we are going to focus on the leverage quadrant. To give you an example, this I'm talking about the Ramakrishna Mission. They are the unbusiness-like business because they are not in business in the true sense. But just look at what they've created. They have 221 branches across the world. They've got 44 sub-centers. They provide education through 1,200 educational institutions. They provide medical services through 14 hospitals, 116 dispensaries, 57 mobile medical units, and 7 nursing training institutes. They help the humankind in relief and rehabilitation activities. They provide service in rural and tribal areas. So they have an action plan, they're leveraging resources, they have structures and systems in place to deliver all this. This is what a leverage quadrant player looks like. Okay, let us go further. The second secret is weave engagement. Here again, we are talking about some interesting pieces. This is a tea seller. You want tea, you give money, you get tea, you drink tea and move on. The tea seller does not even know how many teas he has sold in the entire day, who has bought teas, not really important, not a part of the business. Then comes hunters. These are people who have mastered the art of hunting their prey. It could be either fishing or hunting. Then comes the farmer. A farmer knows what crop will grow in what soil. He knows what crop needs how much water. He knows how much time would it take. He knows when will it be right for harvest, all that stuff. Incidentally, the terms farmer and hunter are very popular in the business networking lingo. That is why I use these terms over here. And this is something which you would have heard for the first time. This is called a weaver. A weaver is somebody who creates a piece of art. He puts the fiber together to create fabric, which at times lives for generations and is really admired. You must be wondering what is written in the brackets. So what is written in the brackets? T stands for transaction. So what a tea seller is doing is only a transaction. A hunter is also doing a transaction. Along with transaction, he is also using his skills. A hunter has the skill to hunt his prey. Next is the knowledge. The farmer has a lot of knowledge. What crop, what soil, how much water, which season, how many days, when to harvest, how to keep the weeds away, how to keep the pests away, all that. So he uses knowledge, skill, and then has a transaction. And now let us look at the weaver. A weaver uses a process along with the knowledge, along with the skill, and then the transaction happens. If this is an aha moment for you, if this is something which you heard for the first time, write weave in the chat box. Oh, great. So everybody's heard weave earlier in the same context. Okay, so there are 2, 3 of them who've heard for the first time. All right, thank you. Now let us look at how does this relate to the business. Okay, again, I'm giving an unbusiness-like example, but it is very much true for all businesses. How do you weave engagements? You use symbols and rituals. You use logos and brands to identify so that people can identify with your business. There are certain rituals, okay? There are certain colors. There are certain institutions. There are systems. There are structures. There's contribution. There's donation and community. This is in the case of Ramakrishna Mission. But in case of business, it's not very different. The business uses symbols to identify. There are certain rituals. For example, if you go into a McDonald's, there is a certain way in which you place an order so that you get your burger. There is a certain manner in which you hold the tray, and that is how you go and sit and eat it. If you are walking into McDonald's, or if it is a drive-through, there is one place where you get the ticket, there is another place where you pick up the stuff. All right? There are certain colors which McDonald's uses, the red and the yellow. McDonald's is an institution. There are systems. So they've got systems, they've got supply chain, they've got the counters, they've got the ERP behind it. Everything has a system. There are structures. And there is contribution. They are contributing to the humankind. When we need to eat, we go to a McDonald's. Donation or anything else. So this is how we as a business can weave engagement with our customers or our stakeholders. Please look at if you are building enough engagement with your customers and the stakeholders of your business. Secret 3. Secret 3 is about stepping up the ladder. So this is what the ladder of influence looks like. At the bottom is sale. Remember what the tea seller was doing. He was selling tea for money. Here we've got a greengrocer. We've got a vegetable seller. She is saying, 4 rupees ka 1 kilo, ek ka char, ek ka char, ek ka char. All right. And the next one is referrals. No prize for guessing who is the biggest referral agent on this planet. Who is the biggest referral agent on this planet? Would you like to give some names? Put it on the chat box. Your old client. Okay. Anand Kumarji says nature. Very well captured, Anandji. Customers. Fantastic. So the biggest referral agent on this planet is nature. The flowers, they bloom such that they can attract the honeybee. The honeybee comes to take the nectar from the flower, and it also carries the pollen grains to the other flower. This is how fertilization happens. And this is how flowers become fruits. So if we use the very same principle, today what am I doing? I am giving a free session to all of you so that you can take the fragrance of this program into your life. If you like it, share it with other people. And if they like it, they will come and join. Some of you will pay and join. So that is, you will become fruits. Others will wilt away as the flower itself. All right. So this is how referrals works. Next level of maturity is networking. So networking is farming. This farmer, he seeds, and right from seeding up to the time of the harvest, he nurtures the crop. He keeps it safe from the pests. He keeps it away from the weeds. And this is how networking also happens. You are nurturing your business, bringing in the stakeholders, keeping them active so that you are able to do profitable business. The highest level of maturity is leverage, my friends. Can one of you share where was this photograph taken? Or what does this photograph have to do with leverage? No answers. I think. All right. So let me share. Okay, we've got one. My brother and sister speech. Okay. Swami Vivekanand. Awesome. Yes, Swami Vivekanand. Okay. So why have I captured it here? I'll just share with that you in a moment. So Vivekanand, he is called as the patriotic saint. This is what his life has been like. Okay. He was the one who took Hinduism to West, and he established Hinduism as a philosophy, as one of the world religions. And this person, he also created a seat for the legacy. In 1897, he founded the Ramakrishna Math and Mission. In 1898, he created Belur Math, which continue to grow even after he's not there. And what is most important is he left his mortal remains at an age of 39. He was not even 40. And he achieved so much. All right. He is one of the most influential people of modern India. He has been quoted by the likes of Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, Subhash Chandra Bose, C. Rajagopalachari, Barack Obama, Jayalalitha, and many more. Institutions that he's created is Balur Maths, Ramakrishna Mission, and about 2,000 centers which spread across the globe. He was the wandering monk. He traveled across the globe. He has lectured practically across the globe. Today, if somebody goes and he speaks at Harvard, he comes back and he would put it in his LinkedIn profile, I spoke at Harvard. Our man, he was recommended by Harvard for this speech, the photograph that we spoke about. He has been an artist, a singer, painter, and a poet, a wonderful master of language. This is a pure distinction, a pure life of somebody who's used leverage to its hilt. If you resonate with this, please write Swami Vivekananda in the chat box. While I sum up what we've shared so far, 3 stages of business by design are design, develop, diversify. Leverage is the new glue for your business. If you don't master leverage, you are missing something in your business. 3 secrets for leveraged business. Be the leverage quadrant player. Weave business engagement and step up the hierarchy of influence. If you are not an influencer yourself, you cannot have a highly leveraged business. Or if you don't think like an influencer, you cannot have a business which is dominant in the world. All right? If you want something more, please write in the chat box, more. Just one more will also be enough. Fantastic. Just one. Manish wants more, others don't. Okay. So when going gets tough, the tough get going. So here's how business by design looks like. I just shared with you earlier. Design phase is the create phase. We're operating as a startup and driven by the future. During the development phase, it is maintenance, which is growth and driven by present. And diversification is all about monetizing your business. Where the business becomes mature, you're looking at how to duplicate it, and how to exit from the business. Let's dig deeper. Okay. Design is the state where the business is in a state of inertia. The team is it is in the formation stage. There's a lot of confrontation, there's a lot of resistance because we're creating something new. Next comes the stage of development. This is the stage of momentum, wherein there's a lot of action and there is high performance. And during diversification, the business is in a dominant stage. This is the stage the business is looking at acquiring other businesses, or the business is willing to get sold out to somebody else. So based on this, I request you to please write in the chat box, in which stage is your business? Is it at design stage, development stage, or diversification? Let's hear from you. Design, develop, or diversify. Harihars is a development. Fantastic. Who else? If you keep quiet, you lose something. Design, development, diversify. Wow. Great. Okay, so let us dig slightly deeper into this. Business by design has 13 elements to it. I just spoke about the 3 stages of business by design, which was design, develop, and diversify. Let us look at something more. The first stage is of design. Second stage is development. The third stage is diversification. So design has 4 elements to it. The first one is game design. Second is opportunity or the market. The third one is lifeline. Fourth is future. Develop is score. So during development phase, sales is important, collaboration is important, organization is important, revenue is the most important, and excelling in your business is important. And diversification is a time when you want to milk your business. Milk stands for monetization, integration, which could be backward integration or forward integration. This is the stage where you are preparing your business for legacy. This is the stage where you're preparing to hand over the business to somebody else. This is the stage where you are putting in all effort to manage the knowledge that your business has. If this is something which is interesting for you, please write 13 elements, or just 13 should be good. 13. So there are 13 elements for a business by design. You may call it anything, you may take different approaches, but this is how a business goes through different stages. So today for this conversation, I will dwell deeper into the design piece. I value your time and I want you to take something back home. So this is the leverage model, which has 4 elements. The core is the future, which is the soul of your business. The next element is the lifeline, which is the product of your business. Then comes the opportunity or the market, the opportunity that you're addressing or the market that you're serving. And the 4th element is the game or the process, which you will use to serve the market with the product that you've identified, such that you achieve the future that you're looking at. Okay. The acronym is GOLF, G-O-L-F. So business is a game played within a 6-inch arena, the space between your ears, and projected to the globe. It starts with future. So future is fantastic, future is unlimited, and future is never ending. So whenever we create something, we create with infinite possibilities. That is future. Lifeline is the product that you create. Your product will be successful only if your customer has a liking for this product. Only if your customer is intimate with your product. That's intimacy. Your customer will buy when your customer is familiar with your product. So familiarity is important. And your customer will pay money only when your product brings excitement to the customer. So Lifeline is all about liking, intimacy, familiarity, and excitement. This is how you create a bestseller. Lifeline is the life of your business. So if you agree to me that your product is the lifeline of your business, please write life in the chat box. Let us see how many of you think so. Thanks, Harrier. Thanks, Sonika. Thanks, Bhushan. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Next is opportunity. Opportunity, as I said, is the marketplace. Opportunity is the journey between you and a yes. O is the owner, that is you. So unless you own up your business is not going anywhere. The first P is profit. The second P is perception that your business has in the market. O is the organization. How does your business deal with people, money, business overall? How do you organize your business? R is the resonance that your business has with the customer. If your customer and your business are on the same frequency, only then you will be in business. Otherwise, you would not be in business. And T is the customer. T is the customer who is paying for your bills. U is usability. N is need. I is integrity. T is trust. And that is how you get a yes. So an opportunity is a journey between you and a yes. I'll be publishing a book by the same name. I'll share it with you whenever that gets published. The fourth element is game design. The G is a goal. A is arena in which you play. M is the measures. What all you measure, how do you measure? And E is the energy that you put into the business. So E is time, energy, money that you invest into the business. So this is the game design. So let's play golf to have a highly leveraged business. If you would like to have a highly leveraged business, write golf in the chat box. So putting things in perspective, it all starts with a design. The design section is all about creation, and the leverage model is which is there about the design. Development is about maintenance, it is about growth. E-growth framework is something which helps you with the development of the business. Diversify is all about monetization, so mergers and acquisitions happen here. So to design your business, the business dynamics are changing rapidly. Three stages of business by design are 3D: design, develop, and diversify. Leverage is the new glue for your business. Three secrets of the leverage business are: be the leverage quadrant player, weave business engagement, and step up the hierarchy of sales or the hierarchy of influence. And four elements of the leverage model are game, opportunity, lifeline, and future. All right. So design brings workability and it also brings the state change. The moment you get your design right, your business will not remain the same. You will have a different kind of a business the moment you have designed your business well. All right. So do you want some bonus? Do you want some taste of the leverage model? Just two people want yes. 3, 4, 5. All right. So here's the bonus for you. So this is something what I cover in the larger program when I'm covering the lifeline part of it. Okay. So the lifeline, as you see, is the sandwich. So I am giving you the example of the simple sandwich. A sandwich can vary, the price of a sandwich can vary anywhere from just rupees 10 to more than 1,000 rupees. Okay, we'll dig slightly deeper into this so that you have some clarity on it. And incidentally, we have the clarity coach with us. Amit, he's a clarity coach. Amit, thanks for helping me with a lot of clarity in my business. All right. So here's the product mix. It has 3 elements to it. You would have heard of other things. The first element is the bread, the filling, the seasoning. Okay. The bread has 4 pieces to it: the product, the price, the place, the promotion. The filling has 4 elements to it: the people, plan, process, and presentation. And seasoning has 4 elements to it: profit, passion, positioning, persona. So Philip Kotler, he spoke about the 4 P's of marketing. I am speaking to you about the 12 P's of your product. If you get a handle on these 12 P's of your product, you are a winner in your business. Let me share something more about it. On the right hand side is how the customer relates to these 12 P's. And on the left hand side is how the business relates to these 12 P's. Product is the need for the customer and it is an offering by the business. Price is the cost for the customer and it is revenue for the business. Place is access for the customer. Where can he get the product from? And place is something what tells the business how they will deliver it to the customer. Promotion is a communication from the business to the customer. Promotion is a communication from the business to the customer. All right, so 2 different directions, still the communication. People are enablers for the customer to get your product. People are enablers for the business to deliver the product. Plan is an enabler for the customer to get the product, and plan is something which brings clarity for the business to deliver the product. Process is an enabler for the customer to get the product, Process is an enabler for the business to deliver the product. Presentation is something which brings excitement in the customer, and the customer is willing to put his hand into his pocket to pay to you. Presentation is something which is reality for the business. Profit is a part of the cost the customer is paying. Profit is the purpose of the business for the business. It's a motive for the business, sorry. Passion is an expression for the customer, and passion is the purpose of the business. Positioning lets the customer realize that he belongs to this product or this product belongs to him. It gives the sense of belonging. Positioning is part of the vision of the business. Persona gives the customer an experience whether he belongs to that product, whether the product belongs to him or not. And persona stems from the vision of the business. If this one slide was all what we were here for, write in the chat box all, ALL. Somebody's gone, please go on mute. Somebody's not on mute right now. Thank you. So let's go further. So now I would like to sell you something. After seeing this, would you like to participate in a program which can help you design your business such that you make more money in your business? Let me hear some yeses. Thanks, Vipin. Thanks, Sonika. Some more. Pratap, thank you. Awesome. So here's the next one. The program is called the Leverage Model Blueprint. I'll tell you something more about it. This blueprint will help you re-examine your business, retool your business, reboot your business, and restart your business. Is this something which is valuable for you? If it is, please write yes in the chat box. Oh, interesting. Just a moment. Just give me a moment. I realized that I had not put the slides there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's Mr. Mithilesh Jha. He was the first person to have participated in the leverage model. And what he has to say is that we clearly understand our strength areas now. We're able to emphasize more on planning before execution to reduce mistakes. We're able to systematize our process. They are into international logistics. And when they participated in the program, they were operating out of Delhi, and they had an office in Gandhidham. So today, as I speak to you, they already have presence in Singapore and China, and are looking to set up base in Africa as well. This is something what was available to them after their participation in the leverage model. Here is another duo, Sharda Bhatia and Krishna Merchant. They are into fashion accessories. What they say is, for them, it was a step-by-step, systematic and scientific approach. In the first 2 weeks itself, they closed an order. Last, what I know is that their product is present on number of airports, duty-free shopping areas. All right. And then here is Mr. Satya Gupta, who is a telecom stalwart. He is a socialpreneur. What he has to say is, this is different from normal programs and it is more value for money. It is based on real-time experience and it is backed by empirical wisdom. So here's something what will be covered in the blueprint. The first piece is the new world order. So what I shared with you today was how the world has been shaping up in the past 2 decades. But to design your business, history will not help you. What will help you is what is or how is the business going to be in the future, and that is what we will be talking about in the new world order. In the second part of the program, we will be covering the leverage paradigm. How do you leverage various resources? What all is it that you can leverage? Okay. And the third piece, this is about you. What is in it for me? What that means is, how is it that you will implement in your business? So what we are saying is the direction in which the world is going. How do you leverage the resources? And how do you deploy it in your business? All right. This would have a value of around 40,000 rupees. So in the new world order, we are covering the changing world dynamics, the 21st century business, futuristic business design principles. In the leverage paradigm, we are covering the design perspective to business, inherent nature of business, some business fundamentals, and introduction to the leverage model. That will be deeper than what we did today. And on the last day, which is what is in it for me, we will be covering the leverage model in depth. Future, the soul of your business. Product, the lifeline of your business. Market, the opportunity of your business. Game plan, which is putting the blocks together. So how it would happen is, there are 3 days. On the 1st of April, which is day after tomorrow, is the first day wherein we'll cover this piece. On the 3rd of April, with a gap of 1 day in between, we'll cover the leverage paradigm. And then on Monday, which is the 5th of April, we will cover what is in it for me. And then there is also a bonus topic. Not one bonus topic, a number of bonus topics. We will be looking at business from an economist's angle. We will be looking at what the fourth industrial revolution has to offer. What is the India story? And we will also do a microsurgery of your product offering. We will also take you through the theory of constraints. And we will also take you through the abundance mindset. And what you see on the right-hand side, these are some of the books that I have read. I have gone through them such that I can deliver this product to you. All right. So the leverage model blueprint, it will have the new world order, the leverage paradigm, what is in it for me, and the bonus topics. You will also have access to a network of mentors. Amit, can you see your photograph is also here? I hope you will be available for people who will ask questions. You need not say yes, but that is how it is. All right. Then so here we've got Mr. Shripad Kulkarni, who is from Nasik. He is into manufacturing and he's been in it for around 30 years. Mr. Sudeepak Malwai, he is into transformative learning. He's been in it for around 40 plus years. Mr. H.S. Chima, he is the 4th largest boiler manufacturer in India. Mr. Amit Chawla, he used to lead a software company, and right now he is India's first and the only clarity coach. He has also published a book called The Clarity First. Then we have Mr. Virendra Ingle, who is a trading coach. Okay, so he works with various organizations. Right now he has 4 businesses. He runs a franchise business of his own. He specializes in franchising your business. Then we've got Mr. Rajesh Budhraja, who is from IIT Kharagpur, 1976 pass out. He is into HVAC. And we've got a number of more people who are your potential mentors. We've got Mr. Harihar Sharma, who's there on the call right now. He is a thorough salesperson. He has worked with brands like Bisleri and Hindustan Unilever. Right now, he's created a unique product which is patented. Okay, so these are the kind of people who are there to mentor you, who are there to guide you. I would rate the value as invaluable. Okay. So, so what you get in this entire program is the New World Order, the leverage paradigm, what's in it for me, bonus topics, and access to mentors. Okay. So today's value, today you are getting it at only 5,009. Okay, sorry, I said 7,000 rupees. Okay. And this is at a special offer of only 5,999. I'll just share that with you. The schedule is 1st April morning 10 o'clock to 12. It might go to 12:30 or maybe even 1 o'clock. Day 2 is on the 3rd of April, which is a Saturday, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Day 3 is 5th of April, which is a Monday, morning 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Okay. And there is a fast action bonus. So 90% off, which comes to 7,000 rupees. And today you have it at rupees 5,999, all inclusive. You can please go to this URL, which is businessbydesign.in/offer, and book your ticket right away. Okay. And what all you're getting in this? In this, you are getting premium subscription to eGrowth platform. This is for the first 10 people who pay now. Okay. So premium subscription, it includes, it gives you access to around 20,000 direct contacts on the eGrowth portal, around 1,000 direct contacts on the eGrowth app. The normal subscription is 3,000 plus GST per annum. And this is built into this for today only. Okay. And along with this, you also get a copy of my book called Golf Mastering Business Success. This has 19 chapters, 10 chapters on the context, 4 chapters on the leverage model, and 3 case studies. Okay. So go ahead and sign up right away. And in this, you also have access to the inner circle. You will be invited for one meeting. Inner circle is an exclusive structure for B2B enterprise businesses. We have around 50 members in this. Average experience is around 26 years. All the mentors whom I just shared with you, they are members of the eGrowth Inner Circle. Okay. This is truly an influencer network, and you get to interact with them once. So this is what all you get. Okay. The New World Order, the leverage paradigm, what's in it for me, the bonus topics, access to the eGrowth app, the book, and one participate in the inner circle once. Okay, all this is at a super value of just rupees 5,999. Go to www.businessbydesign.in/offer and you can make the payment right away. The gift for you is the book, and you can download the app from this place, onelink.2/egrowth. And I'm open for questions. Thanks a lot. I'll just write the link on the chat box so that you can access that. And then we can go in for questions. Yeah, any questions that you have, you can please unmute yourself and ask me the questions. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you, Harish ji, for your appreciation. So would you like to ask me something? Nothing, no questions. Awesome. Anybody else? So who of you are going to be signing up right now?
What are the timings you said?
Morning 10 o'clock to 12:30 or 1 o'clock. 12 o'clock is the time that I've given. I would think that it will be more.
Okay.
Thanks, Hariyar ji, for being here.
So it's on 1st, 3rd, and 5th, no?
Yes, 1st, 3rd, and 5th. That is day after tomorrow, Saturday, and on Monday.
So it's going to be only for 2.5 hours every day.
Yes.
And can you share something about the inner circle, what you're talking about?
So what do you want to know about it?
What is it and all?
So Inner Circle is an invitation only platform.
Okay.
Wherein we work on 5 elements. The first element is opportunities.
Okay.
Second element is challenge sharing. So businesses, they've got challenges in their business, and we invite a business, share how they can overcome their challenges.
Okay.
Third, we look at knowledge sharing. Fourth is industry connect. So we connect with other industry bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And fifth is referrals or second degree contacts. Amit, would you like to add something to this?
Yeah, so Inner Circle is
Yeah.
a
So
collection.
Amit is the also the president of the Inner Circle in the upcoming quarter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Inner Circle consists of very experienced business owners. I think average experience, like Atul said, was probably 25, 26 years or
Yes.
more. And we meet on each Friday or probably alternate days.
Okay.
And
Friday.
the
What
idea
time,
is
what
to,
time?
the intent is to
Friday morning 7:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
Yeah. And the idea is to have the business owners come up and share their experiences, their knowledge, but also their challenges. The difference is they share their challenge, what they may be also having in their business, and the rest of the people on the spot help them resolve the challenge that they would have.
Mm.
So that's a very, very interesting. It's like a 30 minutes create session, which Atul has put together. And actually,
Like
that's a
the wisdom of the
reason for me to
community
join that
to get
platform.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No, this was wonderful. And what I missed out in the last session, it got complete for me here.
Great. So anybody else, any questions? So if there are no questions, should we complete it for the day?
Thanks, Atul.
Thank you.